Okay, I saw the F1 movie a few days ago, and it's time to talk about it. Of course, I'm repping the Ferrari hat, which I wore to the premiere also, and this movie was absolutely insane. Now, granted, it's very known that I am an F1 fan. I'm a pretty hardcore F1 fan now, I would say. So, for me, if you are also a F1 fan, you got to go into this movie and just realize it's going to get a little Hollywood, okay? What I mean by that is that some of the things in F1 movie do not correlate to how F1 actually is in real life. A lot of it is, spun up for the movies, it's dramatized, it's not everything that's direct one to one in the movie. However, though, what they put together was something really, really incredible. Of course, you have the director of Top Gun Maverick who's in charge of this, and the cinematography, some of the best I have seen in movies in a very, very long time. Like the camera work in this film was just so insane, next level. And as somebody who loves F1 and somebody who dreams about being in an F1 car one day, being a part of this movie and being a part of this experience, I felt like I was in the car. Like I felt like I was Brad Pitt or Damson Idris, and I was actually in the car myself, driving it around. And it just gave that extra level of thrill that is very hard to get from any type of movie like this. The cinematography and the design across the board was incredible, and the sound design again in IMAX incredible. And I felt like once again that I was in the F1 car. I could just hear it, and I'm seeing it on TV and like in my head, and it was just incredible. What an experience, just visually, audio wise, for F1. They knocked it out of the park with it by far. Now, the story itself, I feel like it's very bare bones. It doesn't really reinvent the wheel at all, but what it does, it just gives you a very simple, easy story to follow. Brad Pitt's character, Sonny Hayes, former driver, racing F1 before, and he was stepped away from F1 for a long time, came back. Damson Idris' character is the rookie, the up and comer, the future of the F1 series in the movie at least. And it's very simple, it's bare bones, but I think this movie just really needed a simple, easy story for everybody to follow, because they're not trying to make this super elaborate. It's something really easy and straightforward. And like I said, some of the parts of the story and the action itself is a little Hollywood like in F1, but I think they made a very simple and effective story. And again, the overall visual of the movie and the audio was just so top notch. It's really hard to give any flack to the movie. It's one of the top movies of the year so far, and I highly recommend seeing it if you haven't. Even if you don't watch F1, go see F1.